Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Inherit the Earth, Quest for the Orb. Sorry, it takes me a while to figure out which one of those things comes before the other. On the last Let's Play, we got access to the sanctuary, got these berries, saw a footprint, so then we went to the ferret village, got some plaster, which is why we need the coins, and took the footprint of it. Then we went to talk to the boar king, who had us be in some mud, and was like, yeah, you're kind of effed. But, you know, when we came out of the mud, we found this ring with a wolf's head on it. So that's gonna be important, I guess. Hopefully this game doesn't be like, hey, the wolves done it. Though that foot right there, I feel it was rats looking. I don't know, I don't look at a lot of rats' feet, but, yeah. Anyways, I'm talking to this guy.
Could be a problem.
He's a problem.
Good day to you, sir.
Day it is. Good it is not.
We are in need of information.
What sort of information?
Tell us about your entire civilization's life story.
I am curious about the history of the rat tribe. What can you tell me?
I have no time for a history lesson. You should schedule an appointment with one of our historians.
Your historians?
That's right. We rats are one of the few tribes that can tell you about our history, for we've kept records since time immemorial.
Then you are one of the older races?
That's right. According to legend, we were the first race to be morphed. This may account for our copious record-keeping.
Do you have actual records of contact with the humans?
Ah, records of the humans. Those records are quite vague. They suggest that the humans kept our ancestors in cages while they bestowed the gift.
The gift?
That is what our people call the giving of self-awareness to morphs.
And what happened after you were given this gift?
Details are sketchy. Apparently, our ancestors worked with humans on a regular basis. In fact, they taught us their language and script.
Your ancestors served the humans?
Serve them? Of course not. We are not servants. We help them in their scientific experiments, on some level.
Then the rats and the humans must have been great allies.
Not so. Even though some humans worked with us, most of their race had great prejudice and fear toward us. They would drive us away or kill us if they could. Morphed and unmorphed alike, some had such hatred for us that they would hunt us down and set traps to catch us.
What did your people do?
What we had to do to survive. We
Eat
segregated
cheese.
ourselves from man and built dwellings under the ground where we would be safe from those that would harm us. We continued that lifestyle even after the humans vanished.
And you believe these legends?
I believe all legends are part fact and part fiction. Which is which, only our ancestors knew for sure.
I wonder if that's the thing where it's like, there's rat people in the sewers. You know, stuff like that, or lizard people. Is this the same thing?
I am curious. What can you
I have no time.
I have no time for it, but I'm gonna tell you anyways.
That
Also, thank goodness the walkthrough has here how to get to the Rat King, I guess?
they would. Some. We,
The guy that took me, like, quite a bit of the Let's Play to
And your
actually
job
find.
is to watch this door?
it is not. I am no mere watchman. There are several of us who take turns watching the door. My main duty, however, is keeping track of our trade balance with other tribes.
Form of exchange.
What is your main form of exchange?
This
We
is
deal
hard to
mostly
say.
in information. Whatever skills we have come from our vast storehouse of written knowledge.
Sorry.
How did you get this job?
It is a trade that was passed down from my father and from his father before him.
You've been doing this a long time then?
As long as I can remember. My father would bring me to this very room, even when I was very young, and teach me about this trade.
Do you enjoy this job?
Enjoy? Enjoy? What kind of question is that? It is my job. It is what I do for the good of my society. My personal enjoyment does not enter into it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Tell us more. Tell us about your people.
For one thing, we like to be left alone.
Really?
Which I wish you were doing
Why
right
is that?
now.
Because we are usually too busy to make idle chit-chat, therefore, our contact with other races is usually limited to what is necessary for trading.
But there were several rats at the puzzle tournament. In fact, it was a rat who beat me.
That's true. We seem to have a great skill for puzzle solving. So several of our younger members do enjoy getting out and dealing with other tribes at these events. It's just a phase, however, and usually doesn't last long. They soon return to the solitary lifestyle.
What do you do for fun?
Our pastimes are mostly intellectual. Games, puzzles, anagrams, the like. Physically, we enjoy
What's an
foot races
Oh,
and hide
the
and
words
seek.
that
Now, if
are out
you'll
of order,
excuse me,
or
I must
letters.
get back to my work.
You are indeed a most interesting race. We would like an audience with your leader.
An audience with our leader? An audience with our leader? Do you have an appointment?
We do not.
Then an audience is impossible.
Why?
Why? Because he only receives visitors from mid-morning until mid-afternoon every other day during the week, and from noon until dusk on the other two. On the day of Throne, he receives only invited guests from dusk until midnight, and on the day of Death, he receives no visitors whatsoever. Therefore, you will have to wait for your audience.
But good sir, you do not understand.
Intimidate. Confuse.
I have an idea to distract him. Play along. We'd like to make an appointment.
Very well, then. What is your name again?
My name is Riff of the Fox tribe.
Riff of the Fox tribe. And you are...
This is Who Are You of the Boar tribe. And Yasser I Am of the Elk tribe.
I'm just gonna
you
walk
are
over here.
Who?
No. Yasser I am.
No, who are you?
That's me.
You? Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm the doorkeeper. Who are you?
Rat cloaks. And they look about my size.
Who are you?
I said I'm the doorkeeper.
I may need a disguise.
Okay, I'm going to use this thing. I think it was just head northeast. Confuse him. Turn right when you... Oh, wait. Turn right when you can. Go through the library. Is it this right? And go... Continue north... go... and... northeast in a straight line. Then go right at the end and through the wooden door. All the doors are wooden. Okay, I think I remember this. Answer the copyright question. I guess it isn't on here since I, bought it through Steam. And this thing's probably a bit old. Go through the other doorway, head southwest, then southeast past a bookcase. No, there really isn't a southwest. Well, there's a bookcase right there. And around to the southwest. Continue straight past a set of 3 bookcases. I keep on losing where I am here. Past bookcase, 3 bookcases, and open the door at the end of the corridor. Talk to that guy.
You can take off
Jesus.
that cloak now, young fox.
I got so lost the first time I went through there.
You must have had a long journey.
Seems easy in retrospect now.
How did you manage to get past the doorkeeper?
My friends and I provided him with a diversion.
Quite clever. But then I could tell you were clever at the puzzle tournament.
Aha, so that's where we have met before.
Yes. I am called Sist, and I was there to witness your defeat at the hands of Scory.
Scory was lucky.
Sometimes all that stands between a winner and a loser is a little bit of luck.
Pretty
Now
much.
then, why are you here?
Well, I'm gonna discuss everything.
My friends and I are investigating the disappearance of the Orb of Storms. We are at a loss as to where to start.
Oh, and I moved my
and
guy
have
just a
heard
little
that you
bit to
know
the
many things.
left.
Can you help us?
We have knowledge, but we are not clairvoyant. We must have clues, something to go on. Have you any clues?
I found what might be a clue.
Let me see it then.
I have made a plaster cast of a footprint found at the scene of the theft. Can you identify it?
It looks familiar. I will have to consult with some of my associates. At any rate, it will not be enough for a positive identification. What other clues have you?
Do I just give him a ring? Maybe berries?
I found this ring at the bottom of the Boar King's mud bath.
What were you doing in his...
Never mind, it's a long story.
I wasn't doing fox things.
Ah, this is good. This is very good.
That other thing about
I mean,
foxes
this
isn't
is
true.
bad. Do you know what this ring means?
It has the head of a wolf on it, so I assume it belongs to a member of the wolf tribe.
It is more than that. This insignia is that of a wolf captain. That means there have been military meetings between the wolf and the boar.
How do you know the ring wasn't stolen? Or maybe the wolf captain lost it?
First, the wolf captain is constantly surrounded by guards. You cannot steal from him.
At least not easily.
The ring cannot be lost because it is never taken off, except under very special circumstances, like the pledging of a very solemn troth.
What kind of troth?
It is that which fills me with fear. Whatever unholy alliance has been formed between the wolf and the boar, it can only mean trouble for the rest of the tribes. And I believe it all revolves around the missing orb.
Then it is all the more important you tell me what I need to know.
How about give berries?
Ah, sour berries.
What, you recognize them?
Indeed I do. These are very rare and grow only in certain places.
Where? You must tell me.
This, together with the footprint, tells me all I need to know.
The
Why are we walking
footprint
around
and
so
the
much?
sour berries, to whom do they belong?
The footprint belongs to a raccoon,
Huh.
A raccoon?
Marsupials.
a rather large male in his
Why are they
mid-30s, I'd
marsupials?
say.
But raccoons are pretty rare in these parts.
This raccoon isn't from these parts.
Kudzu.
The sour berries only grow at very high altitudes. Most of the raccoons have settled on an island far to the north of the known lands. Whatever raccoon made this footprint obviously brought the berries with him from the north. It is there your answers lie.
Then I had best be on my way. Time grows short. Fare you well, friend Sist. Let us both hope my mission is successful.
Wait! Take this wolf's head ring with you. It may prove valuable. If nothing else, it may provide you with some capital in an emergency.
But this was to be your payment.
Wait,
The
what?
information you brought me is payment enough. Now go, and may Hrone go with you.
Thank you, friend Sist.
We gave him the ring as payment, and then we're going to use this bit of invaluable thing here as payment? What? Let's just make sure there isn't anything else. I mean, I guess we could talk to him about stuff.
Anything more? Anything more, Ike?
I guess not. Though, let's just doubly make sure. Da-da-da. Talk to Sist about the orb and show him the footprint and the soul's berries. Retrace your steps. Oh, it didn't say tell him about the ring. Huh. Oh, we gave him the footprints and the berries. Oh, cloak?
Rat cloaks. I can get it when I...
At least I roughly know now how to get back. Because, like, when you don't know where to go, you're just like, well, I'm gonna hug this wall, and then you kind of get a bit lost, and even though you find your way there, it's like... Hell, how do I retrace my steps back through all these places that I just randomly ran about? You know? And also, I'm guessing that room is the, hey, you should have bought the booklet to do this thing. Do 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 do. And it said something about a house.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm the doorkeeper.
Okay, let's get out
Who
of
are
here.
you?
I said I'm the doorkeeper. Who are you?
Now it says house, and I have to assume that the next place is Tycho? I guess we'll do all the thingies there. This is a house and a half.
Hello, sir. We've come to Forever Mountain in hope of peering into the wildlands, that we might have some sort of idea where we are going.
I am pleased to meet you. My name is Tycho Northpaw.
Okay, we're at the right place.
You seem to have an excellent view up here. Have you had occasion to do much observation of the wildlands?
Indeed I have. In fact, I have made maps of part of them.
Indeed, most interesting.
I am both an astronomer and cartologist. Cartologist? A map maker.
Our new friend is a map maker.
I get... not gonna say
Perhaps you
anything.
could tell us something about the wildlands.
I will tell you what I know of the wildlands. It is a place of great danger.
They are wild.
It is also a place of great magnificence. There are hostile tribes, treacherous terrain, and roaming reptiles.
Like
It is
reptile
also a
people
land
or
of
reptiles?
Great beauty and power.
It sounds like a truly wondrous place.
I could just as easily be describing the known lands.
But it sounds very different.
In some ways, the wildlands are very different from the known lands. In some ways, they are very similar.
We could also call them the unknown lands.
Have you ever been to the wildlands yourself?
I have not. With my impaired sense of smell, I am at somewhat of a disadvantage in the wilds. I do, however, occasionally encounter a traveler who has been through the wildlands, and he will supply me with information.
Many fear the wildlands and say they are full of unspeakable dangers.
That is only fear of the unknown. If you make the unknown known, the fear has nowhere to take root.
Can you give us any suggestions for our journey?
Keep all of your senses on alert, especially your common sense. You will need them.
How much of the wildlands can be seen from this mountain?
That is hard to say. I cannot see as much as I used to when I had my light catcher. However, no one I have met has ever reached the other side and returned to tell their story.
Lightcatcher? What story?
Yes, the wildlands are a fascinating place, but there are some other things to discuss.
Good thing I don't have to actually read any of this.
Tell us about yourself. How did you come to live here on the edge of the wildlands?
I was born a member of the dog tribe and raised to be a hunter. However, that career was cut short. You see, I suffer from hay fever, which not only renders my sense of smell useless, but on the hunt, my sneezing had a tendency to alert the prey to our presence.
Now, like, what kind of prey?
I soon became quite a liability to the hunting party.
I'm terribly sorry. That must have been quite difficult for you.
Not really. True, the other members of the tribe soon ostracized me, but I was never much of a hunter anyway. My heart just wasn't in it. I was much more interested in the stars. I would lie on my back night after night and watch them into the early hours of the morning. I charted their progress across the sky and studied them until I knew each and every one by heart. So I decided to become an astronomer.
There's a question of like, definitely in furry universe stuff is, what are the animals of this universe? What do they hunt and all that stuff? Because it's like, okay, are fish just fish? Did all the mammals get uplifted, or only some of them? It kind of seemed like there seemed to be some of them, but they haven't said any wild animals.
What led you to Forever Mountain?
The king of the dog tribe at the time, Rex, had no use for astronomy. He considered it a waste of time. All he cared about was the hunt. So after I was ostracized, I decided to find the highest mountain I could from which to gaze at the stars. And that was here, Forever Mountain.
How did you build this entire place? It seems quite elaborate and not easily or cheap to do.
What did you find when you first arrived here?
I found this building.
Oh, okay.
Just this building? Nothing more?
Oh yes, there were many other things.
What kind of things?
Instruments for seeing the stars. Light catchers, I call them.
Telescope?
I believe they were actually left here by the humans before they ascended.
What makes you think they were left by humans?
The items I found are far beyond our own technology.
Like, are you talking about this telescope, or are you talking about, like, some sort of, like, super telescope?
And you actually believe all of these humans ascended to the land of the clouds?
Actually, I believe the humans ascended to the moon.
What?
The image we see on the moon? That is actually the face of a human. I believe they carved it there so we would know that they are always looking down on us, watching us and caring for us. Someday they will return.
And when will that be?
When we are good enough, when we have learned enough, when we have stopped fighting amongst ourselves and learned to live in peace.
Well, if
Only
anything
then
like the humans,
will
that
we
would
be
never
worthy.
happen.
I find that hard to believe.
Then what do you believe in, my young friend?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Ah.
That's all very...
Maps.
How did you come to make these maps?
From my vantage point here on the mountain, I would look through my light catcher to the wild lands below. I saw the hills and the valleys. If I saw an area of thick vegetation, I knew there must be water nearby. If it was a round, contained area, it was a lake. If it was a long, extended area, it was a river or stream. If at night I saw a fire, I assumed it must either be a campfire or a village. The size of the fire and the consistency of its occurrence told me which.
Just because there's trees doesn't mean that there's, like, surface water, you know? Because roots go underground.
Perhaps
wildlands?
you could tell us something about the wildlands.
They're wild.
I've already told you all I know.
Okay.
You mentioned something called a light catcher. What is that?
Ah, my light catcher. It is an instrument I found in this house. It makes objects that are far away seem close at hand. It makes the stars seem so close you could reach up and touch them. It makes the moon look as if it were right next door.
What a wonderful apparatus. May we see it?
I will show it to you, but I'm afraid the instrument itself is broken. About 8 moons ago, I had it on my desk. A strong wind blew through my window, blowing papers to the floor and taking my light catcher with it. Part of it shattered, and it has not worked since. It still pains me to think about it.
Is that... we're gonna get glass for it?
What part broke?
This small, round, clear part. It cracked in half.
And you've been unable to repair it?
I'm afraid so.
That is most unfortunate. Such an instrument would help us greatly on our quest.
Like, to be fair, it's
There
not
are a few
a
other
wrong
things
word
we'd
to
like to
call a
discuss.
telescope, because it catches light.
Go on.
Since we cannot see very far into the wildlands, perhaps you would lend us the use of your map.
I'm afraid that is impossible. It is the only map I have of the wildlands. And with my light catcher now broken, I would never be able to make another one. It must not leave these walls.
But without it, we will lose much time trying to
Can't
find
you just
our way
copy a
into the
map?
wildlands.
I sympathize with you, but there is nothing that would persuade me to give up my possession of the map.
Would you trade the map for a repaired light catcher?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I know who can repair the piece from your light catcher. If you allow us to use your map to go into the wildlands, I will see to it that your light catcher is repaired. Do we have a bargain?
I will make you a counter proposal. While you are getting the piece from my light catcher repaired, I will make you a duplicate of my map. It will be ready by the time you return. Fair enough?
Fair enough. If you wrap the piece of the light catcher so it may be transported safely, we shall be on our way.
Like, maybe it's just me, but I don't think this medieval...
My friends, the broken piece is now in your care.
This medieval society would
We'll
be
be
able
on our
to
Good luck to you.
accurately remake a lens. So I have to assume we go to the ferret village. Let's just check. Talk to Paul, offer to repair his light catcher, go to ferret village. Time. It is amazing how this game and other games you can be like, and we're gonna do one or two things, and oh, that's the end of this let's play. Same thing for the Long Dark, because it's like, I'm gonna go from here to there to get this one thing. Oh wait, it's the end of the let's play, and all we did was walk across the map. Now granted, I guess if I walked across all of Skyrim, that would be a thing too, but still. I do miss Skyrim. I can't wait for Elder Scrolls 6. Oh, what is it? In the year 2050, in the year of our Lord? Is it this way? Yeah. I guess I'm gonna give the ring to these guys, or maybe something, I don't know.
Good day. May I show you?
No, thank you. What I... Actually, I have a glass item to show you. We need to have this repaired or have a duplicate made. Can you do it?
These are most unusual. From whence did these pieces come?
An instrument called a light catcher.
This is new to me. To construct a piece to these exact specifications is beyond my skill.
Then we are doomed.
Not so fast. Let us go to the lodge. We can ask Sokka. If she cannot help us, perhaps she will consult the one who knows all.
What
Okay,
is
tell me
this
about
lodge
stuff.
you speak of?
The lodge is our gathering place. It is the place where we share information and ideas of how to build things better.
How many are there of you at this lodge?
Sometimes 20, sometimes 30.
23.
We gather there every day before sundown. In fact, the meeting should be starting very shortly.
Who is Sokka?
Sokka is our chief builder and the head of our association.
And she will know how to repair the glass?
If she doesn't, she will have the best chance of finding someone or something who can.
Who is the one who knows all?
The one who knows all speaks to us. He tells us how to build things and answers our questions. However, we do not understand most of what he says.
Where can we find him?
The one who knows all is not in the body. He speaks to us through unit.
Please go on.
Perhaps I've said too much already.
I guess computer or something.
I would prefer to let Sokka explain.
then we shall most gratefully meet with you and the others at the lodge.
Do you have a where this is going to be? Okay, I think that's a good time to call, especially since we're directly on the 30-minute mark. So, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So comment, cause I like comments, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise, if you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow. And please, like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow, and please remember to spay your animals to help control the pet population. And until next time, Let's Play, me, GamerWolfSix, of Inherit the Earth, Quest for the Orb. So thanks and see ya.